Hey everybody, number 51 in the Criterion collection. I was looking forward to this one because I love it. It is Brazil, directed by Terry Gilliam from the United Kingdom in 1985. I am a pretty big Terry Gilliam fanboy. He is the master of practical effects, and he has an offbeat and absurdist sense of humor that resonates really well with me. This is my second favorite film of his, only behind The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, which, you know what, if you will indulge me for a second, I am going to check to see if that's even in the Criterion collection. I am curious. Let's see. The Fabulous Baron Munchausen. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. So this is number 51. We're talking about Brazil today. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen is number 1166. So, um, it will be a little while before we talk about that one. But that's fine, because we're here to talk about Brazil. Brazil is set in, well, it's a little complicated because the time period and the location could be anywhere. And Terry Gilliam has said in interviews about this that that was the goal, right? Watching this movie felt very much to me as an American living in 2025 as if it were a movie set 10 years from now in America. But I am very confident that if you were from England and you'd watched it, you'd feel like it was 10 years ago or 10 years from now in England. When it came out in 1985, it probably felt like 10 years from now in whatever country you were from. It is very effective at sort of losing its identity so that it can resonate, which is not a word I intended to use twice in one little review, but here we are, with everybody. It has kind of a retro-futurism feel because the technology is at once antiquated to what we're used to, but also superior to what we're used to. So, there's like automated typewriters and vacuum tubes, but they're capable of things that we aren't capable yet of ourselves. Anyway, this is considered the second in the trilogy of imagination, right? We talked about that with Time Bandits. Time Bandits is a young boy who fantasizes of a life more interesting than his own. This is about a middle-aged man who fantasizes about a life more interesting than his own. The story of Brazil is the story of a man who is a cog in the machine of bureaucracy. He's not an important cog. His life is relatively stress-free. He doesn't want to get promoted. He doesn't want to get into high, which people find weird. People find weird that he's happy where he is, which is in the middle of nowhere in a government bureaucracy. But he's fine with it. He dreams, though. He dreams of being more than he is. He dreams of being a hero, of being a force for good, of going on adventures. And in particular, he dreams of a woman he loves who he has never met. The story then really accelerates when he sees her in real life and risks everything to find out who she is and be with her. And in the kind of fascist, totalitarian bureaucracy regime that we are dealing with, risking everything is a lot. The plot is fast-paced. It is hectic-paced. And that's by design, right? There is supposed to be a certain amount of tension and anxiety that lives with you the entire time you're watching this movie, and it does very effectively. It never slows down. Weirdly, the dream sequences where he's like flying with mechanical wings and fighting beasts with a sword are the soothing and calm aspects of this movie. I love this movie a lot. I highly recommend it. It is strange. It is odd. It is fast. Robert De Niro is in here as kind of a minor recurring character. And he has a lot of fun with the part. You can tell he's having a ton of fun. Another favorite, Bob Hoskins, is in here as a much smaller part, but he shows up a couple of times. Also having a blast. It really seems like everybody had a good time on this movie, and they should. It is a fantastic experience. I don't know what else there is to say. I called him a master of practical effects, and he is. Um, Terry Gilliam is amazing at what he can do with camera angles and cheating angles and taking advantage of size and space. Uh, Watching it very closely this go around, you can tell there are scenes where they use miniatures and models to achieve some of the special effects, but it's not real obvious. And it's just very well done. Everything in this movie is very well done. I highly recommend this movie. If you haven't watched a Terry Gilliam movie before, check this one out. If you don't dig this one, he's probably not your jam. Although he does have slightly less weird ones. All of his movies are pretty weird. Um, yeah. The next two movies, 52 and 53, are both Japanese movies from Akira Kurosawa, coming 1 year after another. So, next time we will talk about Yojimbo. And after that, Sanjuro. Yeah. I'm going to cut it off here because otherwise I'm just going to go on and on and on about how much I like Terry Gilliam. And I do. And this movie's excellent. And it's a shame that there's like 1,100 movies between this and The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. So I guess, we'll talk about this again in 1,100 reviews. I'll see you next time for Yojimbo.